So let's get started dashing on New Year's Day. I started kind of late today. I figure there's probably going to be a lot of orders from people who are most likely hungover from last night. I know New Year's Day is always big for delivery orders, and it's still kind of the holiday time and like the end of the holiday time, so it's just busy in general. So let's see how good we can do today. I'm starting off with a really great order. It's like $20 for 2 orders, but only like 8 or 9 units at Sprouts. I do get a lot of good orders from Sprouts. This is a really awesome one for only 8 units. That's going to be so fast to do. And even though it's 2 drops, I mean, this is like an amazing order. So I'll get started on this one. This really shouldn't take me more than like 30 minutes, which is tracking to like $40 an hour, which is insane. I should be able to get that order done really quickly. The shopping and the delivery, yeah, it really shouldn't take more than half an hour. So let's get that one done and then see what I get handed for the rest of the shift. So on my way to drop off the second order for that DoorDash, I got this Instacart order and I almost had a heart attack. This is probably the best order I've ever gotten on Instacart, as far as like the least work for the most amount of pay. I can't believe I got it. I literally like panicked when I saw the notification come in. I clicked it immediately and I already thought I wasn't gonna get it, because if you know Instacart at all, a lot of times for these really good batches with the high pay and low item count, a lot of times if they send notifications out, it's already too late. It's extremely competitive. So I honestly was like, I'll see what this is. Like, I wasn't getting my heart set on even getting it, and I got it. So yeah, this is probably one of the best orders I've ever gotten across all platforms, and I can't believe I actually got it. And I was on the way to drop off the second order for DoorDash, so it was like perfect timing. I definitely got really lucky. I freaked out when I got that, so I'm actually dropping off the first order for this Instacart right now. On this one, I'm already assuming that one of the orders is probably the mass majority of that big tip. It's most likely one generous person and then one like normal tipping order, just because this is usually what happens when there's a big batch like this with a nice generous tip. It's usually just one customer who tips a lot and then another customer that tips 0 or like very little. So I'm curious to see what will happen, because I think, well, I guess Instacart does this, but so does DoorDash. Like, I guess both of the main, like, those are the 2 that I basically use for grocery shopping. I do some grocery shopping on Uber, but it's mainly these 2 apps. I guess they both do it. They tend to stack a bad tipping order with a really big, like, generous tipping order just to get the bad order delivered, which I get they have to do it, because how would they get all of these low tipping grocery orders delivered? So I get it, but I always get like a little annoyed when I look at my like my history and it shows like a great batch, but like one of the orders, especially if it was further away, was like a $2 tip or something, and then the other order was the great one, and I wish I could have like just done the good order. But this is how the apps have to arrange things in order to get all of the orders delivered. So as long as it's worth our time and it comes out to a good hourly rate, it doesn't really matter, and there's nothing to complain about. So we'll see what happens on this one, but I would bet money that one of those orders, most likely the bigger one, probably has a big tip and the other one is just like a smaller tip or something more normal. So we'll see what happens. I'm on the way to drop off the second order for that one, and we'll see what happens. Some kind of roll today. I mean, it is the holiday, and I guess this should show you should dash on holidays, especially on New Year's Day. I was dropping off that second order for the Instacart, and I just got this order on DoorDash for Albertsons. The miles is a little bit high for me. It's like 8 or 9 miles, which is not really ideal. But again, great paying shopping offer, like $30 for 20 something items. Anytime the pay is over the item count, it's pretty much a good deal, especially if it's like $10+. I don't really tend to take shopping orders that are ever less than $10, sometimes 15, just because it's not really worth it. I like to do double stack orders if they're smaller like that. But this, I don't know what's going on today. Obviously, the dashing on the holiday is working out well and people are still feeling generous. Let's just hope this keeps happening. Obviously, today is going amazing. It's only been a couple orders, but they're all amazing, which is the best thing. You don't want to sit there and shuffle through orders. So we'll see what the rest of the day looks like. But yeah, so far it's just been these couple shopping orders that have just been setting me up so well. So we'll see if we get up to more food delivery later or just keep the shopping roll going. So I'm in the store now and I just got this order as I'm shopping for this one. So it's another $10. Again, extremely easy for like $10 for like 2 or 3 items. And it's going a little bit south too, which is also another good place to be in the zone that I'm in. So this order was like $30 and now it's like $40. So it just keeps getting better. I'm like, yes, we're adding this to the route. So let's continue shopping with this third order added to the list. The first order from that triple stack Albertsons is dropped off, and people have actually been leaving specific directions to get to their apartment, which I wish everyone did. Let me know if that's really common, if you dash and people are very specific with their directions, or if they let you just like figure it out. So far, the previous person and the one I'm on the way to now both left very specific directions of how to go through their complex to get to their apartment, and it literally makes things so much easier. I'm like, thank you. This day is just going so smoothly between not having problematic orders or anything difficult. I also find it so fascinating just the difference between people, like how some people just tip very generously for delivery, some people don't tip at all. Interesting, because it's so much more than just like socioeconomic status. Like there are so many people that I drop off to that have, you know, very expensive large homes, or I'm just in a nice area overall where the cost of living is high, and there's still plenty of people in those areas that don't tip very well. And then there's also been places I've dropped off to that look like very normal homes or apartments, and people have been very generous. So it's just so interesting, like what people think about tipping culture, and I guess what is an appropriate tip for DoorDash or delivery drivers, and especially shopping orders too, because obviously shopping orders are a lot more work. So I just always find it interesting how there's such a wide variety, literally all the way from $0 tip to, I mean, the biggest tip I've probably ever gotten is around $50 to $60. It's just so interesting. So have a lot of tippers in your area. Do you notice a trend? There's certain areas that you always get higher tips, or do you just rarely get high tips? I just find it so interesting how things vary so extremely, and it's so funny the difference in what some people think is appropriate for a tip and what others do. I always laugh. I should have put some of them up here. I know I have a few of some of the Instacart orders I've seen of people ordering 60, 75, 100 units and leaving no tip. And I just don't understand how people do that. Obviously, it's easy to say this now as the driver because it's easy for us to say, like, why aren't you tipping? But even as a customer, like, I do order DoorDash food sometimes and occasionally groceries. And especially on grocery orders, I always tip more. And even if I'm ordering like 15 or 20 items, because the person has to shop for the items. I don't understand how someone can like place a $70 or a 70 item grocery shop order and just tip $0. So I just find it interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments. Even if you're not a dasher, just like, what do you think about that concept? I just always find it so interesting. But we're on the way to drop off the second order now, and we'll see how long this ends up taking me. I think it's only going to take an hour though. So far, I'm pretty on track for, I think it's going to take about an hour to do all 3 of these. And then after I drop off the third one, we'll see what I get handed, because it's just been going so amazingly so far. Third order in that triple stack successfully dropped off. The order did end up taking an hour, which is just incredible. And now what I'm actually gonna do is take a little bit of a break because I am super hungry and my car is extremely dirty because earlier birds decided to have their way with it. So you can do with that what you will. So it looks absolutely awful. So not far from here, there is a car wash and a Jersey Mike's. So that kind of sounds like it worked out perfectly. So I'm just gonna pause for probably 20 minutes and go through the car wash and have some lunch / early dinner. It's like 4:25 right now. So that's pretty much early dinner. And we'll take a break and then get back out on the road and see what we can get later. I don't know if you can see from this angle. The birds had their way with the car. So this needs to get fixed right now. I'm actually kind of nervous because I'm at a new car wash. I don't know why it does that to me, but I've never been to this one before. So we'll see if it's better or worse than the one I usually go to. Okay, now I feel like a new person. There's no more bird disaster on the car. That was there for about a day. I'm like, I just can't go one more minute driving around like this. It was disgusting. And I was like worried it was even gonna damage the car, which might be kind of dramatic. But I was like, I cannot go any longer with this. But while I was in the car wash and I had not paused my dash yet, I got this order. So much for a break. I'm just gonna be going to pick up my sandwich and then we're gonna go to the grocery store and I'll probably eat part of my sandwich like an animal on the way to the store in the car. So that's always fun. I was hoping for a break. I should have paused right away, but it was worth it. This is another great order. It's $30 for like about 30 units and it's quoted to take an hour. So again, we're still holding those really good orders. So honestly, it was worth it. I'm just gonna, like I said, eat some of my sandwich very quickly and then head to the store. Does every single car wash leave like a bunch of water on the car, like the automatic ones, or are there better ones out there? I just go to the Cobblestone and I'm wondering if there's better ones out there. Like, is there room for improvement here on the automatic car washes, or are they always just gonna leave water on your car no matter what? I kind of think that might be the case. Like, I was wiping it down trying to hurry because I got this order and I'm like, could these get any better, or is this kind of just like the best that we're gonna get with these automatic washes? That was a pretty good one though. This is the third Cobblestone that I've gone to around my area. I go to the same two normally. This is my first time at this one. And of course the one that's closest to me is the worst one and I try to avoid that. I go to the second closest one to me on a regular basis. That one's pretty good. And this one was just as good as that one. So not the worst one, but on par with the quality of the wash of the one I go to most frequently. So at least now I know if I'm on this side of town, because I am frequently over here for dashing, then I can stop at that one and it's still a pretty good wash. Because I had that order, I didn't do vacuums or anything. Normally I always like wipe down the inside and also vacuum, but I already got that order because I kind of messed up by not pausing. So we just did the wash, but the important thing is the bird disaster is gone. And when I work all day, or work like, I mean all day for me is, I'm calling like 6 to 8 hours, I still normally don't take a break and I end up like eating food while I'm driving, which is like really not the best idea. And I was hoping to take a break today and here I am also not actually having a break. But what we're gonna do is just sit in the Fry's parking lot for a couple minutes and at least get some food in me so I'm not starving, because right now I am like so hungry. I'm running out of fuel. But yeah, this order, I'm still don't care that I didn't pause because this is such a good order and it's like keeping me on the same roll that I've been on all day. And I think it'll keep up into the night. Like the grocery orders just keep coming in. Well, if you haven't been convinced already up till this point in the video, definitely dash on holidays, especially if you're more like a casual dasher and you don't do this on a regular basis. Dash on the weekends, dash on holidays. And right when I pull up to Fry's, I'm getting the very front spot. I've just been so lucky today. I don't know what's going on, but everything's been working out today. Let's just hope that this momentum keeps up, because so far, everything's just been going so right. They did not cut the sandwich in half, which I'm very upset about. But this is literally one of the best sandwiches to ever exist. You have to try it. It's the best thing ever. Just dead serious, heard this lady outside Fry's ask this guy, were you in a gang or something, or did you do prison time? You just really have a swag about you. She's like, it's so alpha. This lady was like dead serious. So it was like an older lady. I don't know like if what's up with her. She like dead serious just walked up to this guy and said that. So as I'm about to start shopping in Fry's, I get this add-on order for Sprouts, which normally I don't really like to take add-ons from other stores. Like a lot of times it doesn't end up being worth it, but I'm like, this is also going right back down to the city for the delivery address. So I'm gonna be in a busy area and it's great pay. It's like $20 for, it was like 10 items and like 20 units or something. Again, great. So I'm like, let's just keep this going and see if this goes all night long. I plan to work until like probably 8, maybe 8:30, so we'll see. This might just end up being my best day ever based on how this is going so far. Not the best method I have going here. Normally I grab a basket at the front and I put the basket in here and separate them, but I forgot because I was distracted by that guy. So we're now dropping off the second order from this stack. And then after this, I'll go back to Sprouts and get that other order that was stacked on top of the double fries orders. And maybe if I'm lucky, when I'm there, I will also get an add-on order because that is a single order at Sprouts. And that store is also always really busy. So if I'm there, I might actually get another one added on, and crossing my fingers for that since everything has been going like so crazy well today. Did go back and look at that order that I did on Instacart so far today. That's been the only Instacart order that I've done. And it was just like I thought. The one customer tipped $40, which is extremely generous. And the other customer tipped like $5. So just kind of like I was thinking, it was a stacked order, but really one of the orders was pretty much the majority of the items and also the majority of the tip. But in this case, it still was an order stacked where they just did an extreme high paying tip order with a lower tip order. Like that one I would never have done by itself because it was like probably maybe 15 items and like a $5 tip. But again, because as a batch it's so good, it was still plenty worth it. And it is amazing to get such a huge generous tip like that. Those definitely do not come around that often. If you Dash or do Instacart or any of these apps, let me know what your like average tip is for grocery orders. They do tend to be a lot higher for grocery orders. But yeah, let me know about like kind of what the average tips are if you like to drive and do grocery orders. And the pattern repeats again on DoorDash. Just dropped this double stack of fries order off, the $29 one. And on this one, again, one customer tipped well. They tipped $11 or $12, and the other customer tipped $1. And the base pay on this was pretty high at like $14. So this one, again, worth it for the units, the time, and the pay. But it's that same thing where that order sitting by itself would probably never have gotten picked up, the one with a $1 tip. So they stacked it with an order that had a good tip on it so that it would get delivered in somewhat of a timely manner. So yeah, both of the apps do it all the time. I think it's probably the only way for them to get everything delivered, but it is still annoying to see that when you drop off, especially seeing a $1 tip on a grocery shopping order. It definitely hurts a little bit. But again, because it all works out with the hourly pay and how they're stacking the orders, still works out for us drivers and it makes the customers happy. So at the end of the day, seems like a pretty good system that they do have going. But I am on the way now to Sprouts to get that add-on order that I got while I was at Fry's. And we'll see if it's still really busy. I could get another add-on order for Sprouts since this is now just an individual order. So I'm kind of hoping that I get that. But let's go do this Sprouts order. So it is 6:30 and pitch black outside as it goes at this time of year. So I did, while I was at Sprouts, get an add-on order, which I thought I would. I didn't end up taking it though. I think it was like only like $6 or $7 for 10 items. And I just figured I would rather get this order done faster that I had. It's delivering to the city too, and then I'll just stay around in that area and see what else I can get. Single order for about $20, I think it was. So once I drop it off to the city, I actually haven't been in the city once today, which is surprising because it's funny how sometimes I'll end up staying literally within like a 3-mile radius of the main downtown area, just doing grocery orders like back and forth to the couple stores that are here and then people that all live in the city. And then sometimes I'll be up a little bit more north and completely be out of the city, and it just varies. And today was one of those days I was just completely out of the city area. So now that I'm going back in here, it's kind of later. I'll see if I can hopefully just get an order for the stores that are right around in this area. So right as I'm dropping off this order to a high-rise building in downtown, I get this Uber order. And I've actually been offline with Uber for most of the day. And I've just been going back and forth between DoorDash and Instacart all day. But I got this amazing Uber order, and every now and then they come through with some good orders. A lot of times I just end up getting mad because the dinging like drives me absolutely insane, and they send so many bad offers. But then there's also plenty of good offers out there too, and this was one of them. Going back out of the city, which I hope to kind of stay in here, but this order was too good to pass up. It's $22 for like 10 items at the grocery store, and it's quoted to take, I think, 40 minutes, and I might even be able to get it done faster than that. So had to take that one. And because, again, it's at a really popular location for the grocery stores, it's likely that I'll even get an add-on. So I could even take away more than just $22. After I end up doing this, I might just go home. The delivery address is on the way home to where I live, so I might just quit after this. It has been kind of a long day. It is only 7 right now, but by the time I finish this, it'll be close to 8. We'll see if I end up pushing it and doing one more. It depends on if there's anything good. But this might be wrapping it up. I will check in after I finish this order and tell you if I get an add-on and if I'm staying out longer, or we might just call it at this one. And sure enough, I got another awesome double stack grocery order. I don't know what has gone on with today. I mean, I expected the holiday to be good, but it's just been incredible. And I think I'm just going to finish it off on this double stack Safeway order. It's pretty easy. I think it was like around 20 items or less. It should be really fast to complete, and an amazing way to end off today. So when I get home and I add up all the totals, and I will put it on the screen at the end of the video, but I don't know exactly how much I ended out with today, but I know it was something definitely good, and I'm excited because today just rounded out to be such a great day, and dashing on the holiday was definitely a great idea. Even though I started a little late today, I don't think I actually got out until around 1 o'clock, so I didn't even do anything in the morning and still ended up doing so well. So let's get to the totals. And I actually have to do my own grocery shopping before I go home. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll go home and add up how much I made today on all the apps. So the grand total for today came out to $140.08 on DoorDash, $22 even on Uber, and $51.49 on Instacart, bringing the daily total to $213.57. And I worked from 1:48 to 8:02. So just over 6 hours of work put me at $34.17 per hour. So unfortunately, this wasn't my best shift ever based on daily total or hourly pay, but it's still one of my best shifts I've had, and I hope it showed you how powerful DoorDash, Uber, and Instacart really can be. If you love learning about side hustles and personal finance, you should definitely subscribe and like the video and see more videos like this one. You can also click the screen to watch some of my recent content.